The Blitz, high school football from the field to your screen. Sponsored by Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab.
Welcome to The Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar.
What's up? I'm Eddie Ruiz, and I'm just recovering from a food coma from Turkey Day a couple days ago.
I ripped through all my leftovers, so that tryptophan is gone from my system. But I think that there was another group of kids that was struggling with turkey, and I'm talking about Hilmar and Escalon, because that's the game we're covering, the D6 SJS semifinal between these rivals, and it started off very, very sloppy before Hilmar pulled it off 28-18.
Yeah, and it was, the highlights, they'll kind of tell you everything a little bit.
Yeah, you'll see.
There were sloppy plays, though. The first half, they didn't score any points. Hilmar did.
No.
That kind of tells you something. Their defense, though, they were kind of able to fend off Escalon for the most part, and obviously, they scored 28 28 second half points. Hilmar did. They won 28-18, but still, it wasn't the cleanest kind of game. The refs kind of, a couple blown calls as well.
It certainly wasn't a mirror image of when they played the 6th episode of The Blitz. We covered that one as well, so go back and check that one out if you want a double dose of Hilmar versus Escalon. It wasn't a mirror image of that game, but it still was an intense one. It still was a great one. And here's a little note for you. This is the 4th time Hilmar has beat Escalon in the playoffs since they beat them way back in 2011 in the section championship game. So it looks like Hilmar has Escalon's number, which you will see right now on the Friday night highlights. Sloppy start for Hilmar on their very first play of the game. That's a loss of 5, and 3 plays later, it's another high snap, this time on a punt, and that's Brian Milan trying to get a hold of the ball. It looks like a safety, but he's actually down at the 1, which is good news for Escalon, because instead of 2, they get 7 with this Luke Anderson touchdown.
Escalon forces Hilmar to punt, so they get the ball right back. And check this out. This is a sophomore quarterback, Ty Harris, with his big target. That's a big dude, Nash Satnat, and that is a 36-yard pickup. Puts him up in about field goal territory, around there from the 19. A 37-yard field goal attempt. No bueno, though. It's still 7-0 with 1:09 left in the first.
And we're deep in the second quarter now, and it looks like Hilmar is getting some traction with the running game. Here's Justin Renfro with a powerful 23-yard gain. But the mistakes continue with another bad snap. This one for a 21-yard loss, oh no. And then it's deja vu with another snap over the punter's head, except this time Milan is able to minimize the damage. He snatches the ball, gains some yards, but it really doesn't matter because it's still a TOD.
Oh, we're now in the second. There's under 3 minutes left. Escalon, they're marching down. Luke Anderson, man, this kid's really physical. I can't believe he's only a sophomore. He doesn't play like it. That's an 18-yard pickup. Sets them up in field goal territory a couple plays later. No bueno, that 44-yard field goal. No good. It's still 7-0.
Yeah, another miss, but Hilmar is still in the game. Trevin Crowley rolls to his right and targets a wide-open JR. The senior reels in the catch for a 29-yard pickup, and he's down in enemy territory. And then 2 plays later, it's Crowley again, evading the tackle and hitting number 2, Marcus Alvarez, on the sideline for 5 yards. And it sets up a 42-yard field goal attempt that hooks right, another missed field goal. So Escalon enters the half with the lead.
And check out this start to the third quarter. It's insane. I don't think anybody expected it, right? So you got Brian Milan. I don't know, dude. You're pronouncing your last name all kinds of ways. But what does he do? He gives it to the man, Isaac Sharp. And I'm thinking for a second, maybe he might step out of bounds. His buddies are right there with him. This dude's going 90 yards. It makes it 7-7.
Rewind it.
Yeah, but we're rewinding it. Why? Because it's the play of the game, and it was insane how it happened. Obviously, with just 13 seconds to start off the second half. This is just crazy. All it took was 13 seconds. Yeah, and it's 7-7. Look at those moves. He's really fast. And then number 5, this dude right here from Escalon, he didn't know what's going on.
He's not fast enough. And after a Cougar 3 and out, it's another home run hitter from Hilmar. Crowley lets it loose, and it's Milan on the other end, snagging the tipped ball for a 45-yard touchdown to put Hilmar up 14-7.
Check out Christensen of Escalon with the sweet punt return. He does have some skills. He had a couple big games this year. So check this out. He's going to make his way, essentially looks like, into Hilmar territory. And they start off from the 40-yard line. And essentially, this is going to set up some couple big plays. But check this out. Ty Harris doing it with his feet. Nice little pickup right here. He does it, 7-yard pickup. But you know what? They go to the 18-yard line of Hilmar's 36-yard field goal. And he makes it 14-10 with 3:51 left in the third.
And that one finally good. Escalon playing from behind. Here's Harris with a QB keeper. He picks up 5, but not before getting rocked. Then on the next play, Escalon tries a reverse pass with Christensen, but he gets picked. That's Cole Bailey with the interception and a great return. He takes it to the Cougar 49, where Isaac Sharp takes over. Isaac Sharp, he is just too good. He keeps his footing and dashes down the sideline for 27 yards before his buddy JR cleans up with this clean run from 17 yards out. He's running off of his blocks perfectly, and Hilmar is now up 21-10 with 5 minutes left in the game. The crowd's pumped.
Escalon now. This is I don't want to kill it, dude, but it's gonna be a score drive. All right. Checks out Ty Harris. It looked like intentional grounding, honestly, but they call it rough in the passer. Could have gone either way. Refs, you need your glasses for most of the night. You guys know that as well. It checks out the Ty Harris completes it to Colton Panero. Nice little pickup. They get a first down right there, I believe. Yeah, they got it. And then Harris again with his arm showing it off. He's got some skills. And Christensen, no, that's not Christensen. That's Panero. He confused me. There's Christensen. This is a touchdown, the 2-point conversion. All that just happened. 21-18 with 3:35 left in the game.
But instead of going for the onside kick, Escalon kicks it deep, and it turns out to be a costly mistake. Milan once again hits the reverse with Sharp, and Sharp turns on the boosters and jets down the sideline all the way to midfield, where none other than Justin Renfro is waiting to hammer his way through Escalon's defense. And I don't know how he does it, but he pops out of the scrum for his second TD of the night. This one from 32 yards out to make it 28-18.
With under 2 minutes left, we thought this is going to be over, but it's Hilmar Escalon, Frankie. You know that, man. So that's a pretty good connection right there. Panero from Harris. That's actually a 34-yard pickup. 2 plays later. Sat Nat. Again, this is a big old dude. 23-yard pickup. But check this out. Clutch play. Frank Pereira. He sacks the quarterback. Fumble. Nick Aguilera recovers. Back-to-back section championship appearances. That's it. 28-18 Hilmar advances. They're facing Rip and Christian.
All right, you saw all the plays, all the individuals who made it happen. Yes. What about the total yards, Eddie? How many yards were gained on both sides?
So Hilmar held Escalon to 231 yards for the game. And then on offense, obviously Hilmar had about, I think it was like almost close to double, but around there. It's 384 to be exact, which is a pretty fair game, I want to say. Honestly, they played a pretty good game, and they're going to the section title game back-to-back years. Yeah. I think that's the biggest thing, and they're excited for them.
They're very excited, and again, as you saw in the highlights, the first half was a snore, so most of those yards Hilmar gained were in the second half. What an effort. But before we talk more about those individual efforts that led to all those yards and points, let's recognize our sponsors, Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab. It's season 6 of the Blitz, Eddie. If people don't know by now, they should, but hey, let's remind them, where should I go if I need a loan?
It's simple, man. You go to Mocse Credit Union on gear. If you want a toy loan, auto loan, home loan, any sort of loan, even if it's your first loan, check them out. Like I said, on gear, let them know that the Blitz sent you. They'll take care of you. You know, dude, there was so much turkey eating this week. I might have pulled something. Maybe I want to stretch it out. Maybe I got to warm up my tummy a little bit more.
You pulled your stomach muscles?
I think I did, man. Where should I go to kind of recover? If I
KW Recovery Lab, that's a spot to go for injury prevention, to get ahead of the game. Go say hi to Susie. She'll hook you up. Cryotherapy. I'm talking ice baths. I'm talking Normatec recovery technology. There's a TV there, cool chairs to chill out and recover. So, recover as hard as you train with KW Recovery Lab.
All right, so now we have to highlight a couple of the individual players because there was obviously a couple of individual standouts from Hilmar. If you take a look at the quarterback, Trevin Crowley, who started 8 of 14, 128 yards and a touchdown. Killed it. Super effective, man, obviously. And then Isaac Sharp.
Killed it harder.
Killed it. He had over 200 all-purpose yards, which is really crazy when you take into consideration all those kickoff and punt return yards. And then he had 11 carries for 97 yards as far as rushing is concerned and a touchdown. But I don't think these compare as far as rushing stats to the player of the game, Frankie.
The player of the game. None other than JR, and I'm not talking about Jake the Snake Roberts, and I'm not talking about that guy from Dallas. I'm talking about Justin Renfro. 14 carries, 143 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and he was also a juggernaut on defense from the linebacker position.
Straight up.
So let's find out what JR, Justin Renfro, has to say, the KW Recovery Lab Impact Player of the Game.
It's insane. This is one of the best feelings I've ever had. 2 years in a row. I can't ask for a better senior season. We got RC, going to prepare all week. We're just going to celebrate tonight, worry about them tomorrow morning. So our offense was slow the whole first half. Defense held us in. Defense was key. It was everything. Last year was a little bit different than this year. Last year we were slow the whole time. This year we've been hot all season. Lost to MC, Ripon. Shouldn't have lost those games, but we've been learning on our mistakes and just correcting everything that we've done wrong. We were smacking them in the mouth a little bit. They were hitting hard too, but I think we were hitting a little harder. They felt a little more than we did. There is not one person that was shining tonight. It was everyone. We came together after the half, picked everything up. Team effort. Shout out to KW Recovery Lab. I'll probably take Isaac Sharp, my other running back.
And just like that, Hilmar hits the 10-win season mark and back-to-back section championship appearances. I think that's a first in Hilmar's history, and Hilmar has a long history of athletic dominance, so that's very, very impressive. They'll be taking on none other than Ripon Christian High, the number 2 seed versus the number 4 seed. This is going to be a wild matchup.
I seriously think so, because Ripon Christian is still perfect. 12-0. They won the Southern League title this year. I mean, they upset the number 1 seed Modesto Christian.
Huge upset.
Yeah, a team that, for the most part, a lot of people thought were kind of unbeatable the way they had been playing. Yeah, unstoppable, however you want to put it. And so this is going to be, I think, a wild game. The one thing, though, that I just want to mention, if Hilmar plays sloppy or not Hilmar-like they did in the first half, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a very long game. Second half is going to be tough to sort of try to bounce back and come back from a game like that. I'm just saying, because Ripon Christian, they are able to capitalize on mistakes.
And we've seen a game like that before. A few years ago, when Hilmar faced Central Catholic in the section championship game, they had a terrible first half. They picked it up in the second half, but it wasn't enough to overcome, and they lost that one. The Blue Banner went away. Again, last year they won, so let's see if they can repeat and go back-to-back with that Blue Banner. And this will be a great one for Frank Marquez, because he has a storied history as well, the head coach.
He does. It's insane, actually. The guy's a local legend. If you don't know, listen up. Why? In 16 years, 8 section championship appearances. Every other year, dude.
I'd say once he retires, he's a for sure lock for the SJS Hall of Fame whenever they decide to induct him. I'm sure he wants to get a win this year to, pad his stats, so to speak. So check that out. We're going to have that coverage next week. Depending on when the game is, it might be Friday, it might be Saturday.
Yeah, Friday or Saturday.
To be announced. Yeah. Maybe it got announced while we're filming. I'm not quite sure. Just keep it locked on turlockjournal.com, on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. But we're going to have another episode for you guys tomorrow. I know that this is a Sunday episode. It's kind of abnormal. But we're going to have a Monday episode tomorrow, even more abnormal, because we're covering Denair versus Golden Sierra for the D7 Sac Joaquin Section Championship. Denair looking for their first Blue Banner.
That's insane, dude. I just can't believe it.
It's all insane.
We just finished Turkey Day. Now we get to cover back-to-back games. Whoa, a section championship game? Whoa, what's going on?
If Denair wins,
this is cool.
And then Hilmar goes on to win their Blue Banner, this will be the most successful Blitz season we've covered with the most teams. So we're looking forward to it. Denair versus Golden Sierra tomorrow.
Yeah.
Find out who won. Yeah. I mean, you can go online and find out for yourselves, but it's a lot better to find out from us, right?
Wait for us.
Yeah. So you can find that at turlockjournal.com. And again, like I said, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Turlock Journal. So until tomorrow, I'm Frankie Tovar.
Hey, I'm Eddie Ruiz.
Good night.